right here at our campsite next to this beautiful stream. We just camped here last night and we're about to get going on some more biking. So I'm gonna run you guys through my bike packing setup here. I'm running a Koski Bros full rigid mountain bike with 3-inch Terravale Coronado tires. It's a great all-around tire for riding a rigid mountain bike. It offers a little bit of cush when you're on the trail. You run a lower pressure, but when you're on the road or on gravel, run a little bit higher pressure, especially with all this gear loaded up. Don't want to have any flats. I'm running a 9-speed drivetrain. This drivetrain has been pretty reliable. Right now, we're working with Trestle, who's been nice enough to provide us with this Garyon bike packing system. It's essentially one piece that fits together across your whole frame. So you can pack gear on the front, you can pack gear on the back, and you can even use this little bar in the middle, which what I've been using for mounting a tripod. I strap this little bag to it. It's really cool. It adds a little bit of rigidity to your frame. I'm running a steel frame, which tends to flex a little bit. So it's made it a little more solid having this Garyon attached from the front to rear. So that's another aspect of this I've really liked. As you can see, I've strapped a little shovel here for when you need to do your business. I got my little repair kit here, and the rod tube straps right on here to the back, which I'll go over momentarily. I've been running this system here on the fork to attach even extra gear, which one thing I would highly recommend to anyone who's bike packing is try and keep most of your weight up front, especially when you're pushing on single track. You don't want that weight on the back of your bike. Scotty learned that the hard way because it gets a little tippy. When you have more of your weight up front, it's easier to control your bike, and when you're pushing from the handlebars, it doesn't want to tip as easily. So I've been keeping most of the weight up front. I also have this frame bag here, which has a zipper that you can quickly open. I'll keep the stuff that I need, like extra batteries, my water, all sorts of stuff, fishing gear. We're gonna be stopping and fishing a bunch. You wanna have quick access to that stuff. An extra large Nalgene of water, which I've been refilling this water bottle with. Up front, I've been running this little bag here that I keep like my phone in, a couple little cables and cords. I can throw my sunglasses in here. These little rocket bags, I call them rocket bags, I don't know why, but they're basically bottle holders. And in this right one, I keep my water bottle that I'm actually using, which I'll refill with the Nalgene. So this is my main drinking water bottle. Keep my headlamp there for easy access right next to my water bottle. So if it gets dark, I can quickly grab it and continue riding. And then on this little rocket bottle, I've been keeping my Goal Zero charger and also a few bars underneath so they're easy access again, which is key, is to have your easy access stuff ready to go. When you're riding, you can just grab a bar, eat it, and keep moving, keep your energy flowing. And got the bear spray right here, which is absolutely essential in this area. You wanna have it easy access, because if you're riding down the trail and you surprise a large animal, you wanna be able to defend yourself really quickly. Up front, I have the F-Stop Navin, and this has been one of my favorite bags of all time. I take it snowboarding, I take it biking, I take it fishing. I can just keep all of my camera equipment in one bag, very compact. I keep my GoPro in here, my mirrorless camera, microphone, some extra cloths to wipe the lenses with. You can even keep an extra lens in there. GoPro mount right next to it, so it's also, again, easy to access, can do some kind of vlog type deals just right from the handlebars. So now that I've shown you everything that kind of lives on my bike, I'm gonna show you how I mount everything to my bike. First, we're gonna start off rigging the rear of the bike, and I'm gonna start with the rod tube. So this will mount directly to the Garyon, which is sweet. It has a nice little notch here for the rod tube to seat in. I'm gonna slide it in underneath where my cooking equipment and food is gonna go. Start off strapping it down with my Titan strap here. I know these straps look a little bit messy right now, but it's organized chaos. It'll come together nicely. Now that the rod's mounted, I'm gonna mount my cooking equipment and food bag. And I like to have like kind of the lighter gear on back, and we're eating freeze-dried food. Doesn't weigh too much, so that's one of the reasons I like the food in the rear. So now I'm gonna move on to the front of the bike. I'm gonna be packing, this is just my general gear bag. I got my toothbrush, toothpaste, med kit, my cup, spoon, fork, all sorts of little doodads, emergency repair kit for gear. So directly on the other side to balance it out is my clothes bag. For this trip, I packed super light. I have one shirt, which I'm wearing, one pair of shorts, which I'm wearing. So all I brought was 2 pairs of socks, one for biking, one for sleeping to keep my feet warm, and then a pair of chamois for biking to keep my butt soft, and a rain jacket, and then also a warm layer for the nighttime when it gets cold. And that's it. It's all you need for a trip like this. So this will go on the other side here, directly opposite of that bag. So up front, my sleeping bag, and in the sleeping bag, I have a tarp if it rains. So this is gonna go on the front of the bike, on the carry-on. So we're doing a multi-day bike packing trip, and we have a lot of camera gear. We gotta charge it, and it's nearly impossible to bring enough charging blocks to power the amount of gear we have. So the only solution we could really think of was a solar charging system. So while we're riding down the trail, I keep the Goal Zero mounted on top of my sleeping bag in direct sunlight, so it'll charge as we ride throughout the day. So anytime we stop, I've learned that the more I can take this off and let it sit in the sun and angle it directly into the sun, I can get more power out of it. So I'm gonna mount that here on top of my sleeping bag, which is where it lives while I'm riding my bike. So once I mount the solar panel, I run this cable over to my charging block right here, and then I have easy access to plug in any accessories I want to right here in the Goal Zero while it charges. And I'll keep my phone in here, and I can run a cable directly from the charging block to my phone sitting right there, or my batteries, or what have you that needs to be charged. So it's been working really well. I've been very happy with this system. We haven't run out of batteries yet. We're still filming. So highly recommend the Goal Zero to anyone out there looking for a charging solution on a longer trip like this. So the very last thing that goes on the bike is my fly box. I freaking love this box. Holds all my fishing gear in one place. Got my nippers, flies, tippet, bobbers. Haven't used those at all on this trip, thankfully. Leaders. And this box goes right here on the carry-on underneath my sleeping bag. And that's it. That's the full bike packing rig that I've been using on this trip. Very happy with it. It's outperformed these guys by a long mile. So no complaints here.